All right, so for those of you who didn't have the benefit of being in class this morning, I'd like to say it's been a pleasure having this class. It's been a pleasure teaching you economics this semester. And I think we've had a good time, and I think we've learned something. If nothing else, I hope that what we've learned is to look around at things critically when we hear about them, and not just believe everything we hear, and to go into situations armed with facts and opinions that are based in fact. There is a lot of social media which is put out by well-meaning people who just have opinions, maybe not founded in a great deal of information. And you might say that that's why you're going to college, is to learn to be a part of the conversation that is based in reason, fact, analysis. And that brings me to the assignment that we have due this coming Sunday. So in our class today, we did look over the instructions, and I'd like to make a few points here in this video about this assignment, because I'm excited about it, and I'm excited to see your assignments, but I have a few points to make. Number one, read it carefully. Read the instructions carefully. It is not a very difficult assignment, I would say. I'm pulling up the instructions right here, and I'm going to say you're going to take something from the real world. Now, if you're still struggling with trying to find something from the real world where a government or a central bank is implementing some kind of a monetary or fiscal policy, just type into a search, fiscal policy Canada, or Bank of Canada announcements, or some sort of search term like that. Sort of suss it out. I'm going to assume, since this is the last weekend of school, and that was the last formal class we actually have, that you've already selected an article, you've been working on this assignment, and you're pretty much ready to present it. So I'm going to make my comments with a mind toward that. But just in case you're a person who hasn't picked, just keep that in mind. It shouldn't be that difficult to find something. Fiscal policy, government spending and taxation are, the two tools of fiscal policy, and those are active in the news at just about any time. We call that fish in a barrel. If you reach into a barrel full of fish, you're going to pull out something. So, if it's the last minute and you haven't done anything, don't worry. You can still do a good job on this assignment. So what I want you to do is I want you to just summarize the article. Just tell me what it says. Tell me what's being done, and what do you think is the goal? How is it applying to the macroeconomic goals that we have? Those three basic macroeconomic goals of GDP growth, price stability, and low unemployment. How is this policy being implemented to deal with one or all of those things? And then I'd like you to have an opinion about how it's going to work. If we're bringing up interest rates in order to fight inflation, maybe this is going to make loans more expensive. Maybe businesses will back off. Maybe, what is your opinion of the chain of events that may take place here? I'm not looking for a lot of analysis. I'm not looking for you to quantify, what's going to happen. I don't even necessarily need you to be right. I'm not going to necessarily be evaluating on how right you are. It's going to be a lot of it depends on how grounded in facts and in the principles that we've taught you in this course. How grounded are you in those things? Right? So sit down, Read the article, or if it's a news piece, it could be a video, it could be a news piece. Go through it. Make notes bit by bit by bit as you go through it. What's being said here? What's being done? Why is it being done? And then what do I think about it? 1, 2, 3. 3 things. Now I'm going to say you can also, I have said right in this assignment, read the instructions. Assignment number 2, you can do this as a video. Now the question was asked in class today, what if I can't make the 8 minutes? What if I can't make the 800 words? What if I can't get to the minimum? I don't care. I'm providing that to you as a guideline. I'm telling you what I think, might be a substantial paper. And really, it's fairly arbitrary, even for me. I have to kind of wing it in terms of, okay, a 800 to 1,000 word paper I think of as just basically an article that you're writing. And then how do I translate that into time on a video? I don't know. I said 8 to 10 minutes because it seems to work out. 800 to 1,000, 8 to 10, all seems to work out. Not really the point. The point is, I want you to make a point, to have a point, to have a position, to have something to say. So use the words it takes you to say whatever it is you want to say. Don't give me 29 pages of bafflegab. Be concise. Say what you need to say. Now, if you're going to do a video, you can do basically what I'm doing right here. Set one up in your living room, set up your phone, record a video, say what you have to say. If need be, if you want, you can do a PowerPoint presentation if you feel more comfortable with that. If you don't want the video right in your face, you don't want to be looking right into the camera just as I'm doing right now, and you feel a little bit shy about that, try, just opening up a Zoom meeting and recording that with your PowerPoint presentation. Share your screen. Show me point by point and just narrate it. You don't even have to put your face on. I'm not saying you have to. If you want to design an animation and put it in there, you can do that. Just do something that's going to make your point. So video, you can do it. You can upload it to your YouTube channel as a private video, and then enclose a link for me, as long as I can see it. Or actually, on reflection, that might be a little bit more difficult. It might have to be public, but or you could just do it on your camera, just as I'm doing right now. Upload it to FOL. Whatever you want to do, that's fine. So do a paper or do a video, and let's have it in by this coming Sunday. And this is longer than I thought it would be, so I'm going to make some more comments about the exam, either in writing or in another video. So thanks for your attention. It's been great having you in the class, regardless of how often or infrequently I might have seen you. I really do appreciate your presence in the class and whatever contributions you have made. And I look forward to seeing you at the exam.